Members, I understand that the next financial review members wish to debate is the financial review of the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, Forestry. Will members please turn to the Primary Production Committee report? The question is that the report of the Primary Production Committee on the 2009-10 financial review of the Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry be noted.
Mr. Chairman.
Shane Ardern.
Mr. Chairman, it's a pleasure to rise and speak in relation to the report from the Primary Production Select Committee and also the financial review of that department. Mr. Chairman, there have been a number of things that have happened in the agricultural area over the last 2 years, but probably right at the front of that list of important announcements and initiatives that have taken place under the very capable leadership of the Honourable David Carter has been the Primary Growth Partnership development, Mr. Chairman. This is an investment of $140 million a year with industry promoted innovation, and it is a wonderful thing to see for the first time in many, many years investment in science and research and development back into the agricultural sector again. One of the things, Mr. Chairman, that our opposition on the other side of the House when they were in government could never understand and never do understand whenever they are in government, and that is that the economy of New Zealand is basically a primary production-driven economy. Now, I know there are some people over there that hate that. There are some people over there that struggle with that concept. There are some people over there that wish to change that. But after many, many years of meddling, cutting, adjusting, criticising and attacking, they have failed to do that. So, Mr. Chairman, we are still in 2011 in a situation where the low-hanging fruit as far as growing the New Zealand economy is concerned will come from and is coming from our primary industries. So getting a organisation up and running that has the horsepower that the Primary Growth Partnership has, investing once again in technologies, in systems, in environmental protection, in all of the things that will enhance our primary production sector going forward is a wonderful development and a wonderful initiative. The Global Research Alliance, Mr. Chairman, with $45 million, this is the most significant single thing that's happened in regard to looking at what we can do to minimise the agricultural footprint of New Zealand. One of the ironies, I guess, of the debate in this area, generally driven by our opponents on the other side of the House, is that we need to tax the sector. We need to tax the sector. We have, Mr. Chairman, one of the lowest carbon footprint production systems in the world, proven by research in both of our major agricultural research universities of Lincoln and Massey, proven by their research. We have the lowest carbon emission footprint of any production systems in the world, and the Labor Party, or the opposition, want to tax that or reduce production in that area, thereby, Mr. Chairman, increasing production in systems elsewhere where the food will have to be produced, which could only lead to a higher carbon emission development, Mr. Chairman. So, that is a wonderful development that has been driven by this government, led by this government, one of the very first to get in behind it, a great thing to see. Improving water management, Mr. Chairman, is one of the key drivers that will lift our productive systems going forward as far as agriculture goes in New Zealand. And there's such a huge opportunity there. If you look right along the eastern belt, a lot of attention recently in Canterbury for a range of reasons, but if you look right along the eastern belt of New Zealand, we have highly productive land that is suitable for a range of different production systems, not just development in the dairy industry, as a lot of people would say. When water was made available in the Marlborough area, it wasn't dairy cows that went on, it was grapes. And I'm not going to stand here and try and forecast what may happen if those opportunities were made available in other areas, but potentially there is an enormous opportunity there for us. So investment in that area and leadership in that area, essential going forward, all things that are happening under the national-led government. The animal welfare issue, which never goes away and is always a very sensitive and emotive topic, a significant investment in there, $8.2 million, more officers for inspection, more actually than in the whole 9 years of the previous government, Mr Chairman.
Mr Chairman.
The Honourable David